Fellow TPCians, fellow leaders, and fellow members, greetings to everyone. My name is Emmanuel Diniswa, a brother from another mother, coming live once again today, this afternoon. This is my 397 live broadcast in this wonderful, beautiful, awesome opportunity called the Billion Coin. And the date today is the 18th of October 2019. Allow me to lead you into one of our most important articles from the admin blog, which I would love us to go and share it. We actually drink from the reliable well called the Billion Coin blog. Let us drink together and get marinated again. We have this article, very much important article, which says how we will get to the desired end results. How we will get to the desired end results is an article, video article poster, which was posted on the 17th of October 2019. If you have time, you can as well go through this video on your own spare time. But I would love to take you through the text part of it so that we can read together and further enlighten each other about the Billion Coin, which is a global asset, which is also a cryptocurrency with a mission to end global poverty and with a vision to create billionaires and millionaires in its members. Now, let us read this article as it is coming from the admin blog. It says here, it is time for the world to receive an abundance-based economy. It is said, it is time for the world to receive an abundance-based economy. Ending poverty globally is a necessary part to having an abundance-based economy. The truth is that we live in a world full of natural abundance, and any claim otherwise is false. Any claim that humanity has overpopulated this earth is also a lie meant to enslave the whole of humanity. Let us not be deceived. We should all embrace this one truth, that we live on an earth full of abundance. Members, this is the wise words, powerful words written here by our leader admin. Let's go ahead. Poverty is a man-made condition and is completely based on artificial scarcity. Because of artificial scarcity, technological advancement threatens to impoverish additional mass quantities of mankind. This doesn't make any sense. Logically, technologically, advancement should empower humanity to rise out of poverty and misery, and should not further enslave us. This is a critical point in our history upon this earth. Will we continue to be suppressed by the few that desire to further enslave us, or will the masses unite to stand up for their birthright of accessing the abundance of this wonderful earth? Another truth we should embrace is that the few only have power over consenting masses. At any time when the masses refuse to consent in total unity against those intent on enslaving us, those few will have no power over us. It is becoming more and more obvious that we have nothing substantial to gain by continuing to consent to these evil plans for us, and the few working to make them happen. I don't want you to be poor. Do you want me to be poor? Of course not. We, the masses, are sick and tired of living in a world full of poverty and misery. We cannot afford to ignore the problem of world poverty. Ignorance comes from the root word ignore. So we also cannot afford to remain in ignorance. I set up TPC with the intent to end poverty globally. TPC will lead the world into an abundance-based economy. Imagine a world where everyone has access to abundance, and a world where we conquered poverty. Death by starvation will be unheard of in that world. Access to all of the creature comforts we see in these first world countries will become universal in every corner of this earth, like safe and sound housing, plenty to eat, purified water on tap in both hot and cold, reliable electricity and internet access, clean clothing and furnishings, and quality transportation in all of its variations. Would an abundance-based economy and socio-economic classes? Of course not. It would just strip the current bottom layers off the scale of classes once we end poverty globally. There will always be people that want more and others that want less. Each will gather the level of comfort and luxury they desire without unnecessary hindrances imposed on us. Consent should be a tool of empowerment and not a tool used to enslave. Right? Yes, I do recognize that. Let me see here. Right, let me just scroll with my hand. My mouse seems to have a problem. Yes, I do recognize that we do not currently live in such a world. The world we live in today is full of hatred, war, crime, and many other miseries, all because of man-made poverty. We have no other choice but to go through a transformation in order for humanity to live in a world that enjoys an abundance-based economy. We must accept that the passage of time is a part of this transformation. Rome wasn't built in a day. This kind of transformation will not be effortless. We literally have to change everyone's mind about this to complete the transformation. Some minds will be very difficult to change, so we should recognize that the truth is contagious. The truth is contagious. It spreads just like a virus. I have already given you the pathway out of poverty. Remember this site here. So I want to give you some additional clarification why this pathway will work. We must come to terms with what the world at large will accept. The world already has an idea what to expect from a millionaire or a billionaire. We really can't alter that existing belief too much. Otherwise, the world would reject it. In other words, the world would not accept a millionaire or a billionaire that behaves like ignoramus. If the way they talk or think appears like an ignoramus, then people would question how they achieved the status or claim that they are a millionaire or a billionaire. Let's specifically address the status of a TPC billionaire. If the majority of these TPC billionaires lack good business sense, then the world will reject them and their claim, and they will even violently oppose them. Therefore, it is imperative that the TPC billionaires each develop this good business sense within themselves. Otherwise, rejection should be expected, not by me, but by the world at large. So my point here is that you should expect to grow in a professional way if you want the world to accept your status as either a millionaire or a billionaire. My concern is emptying the admin wallets as fast as possible because a billion members. So I do not ask for very much at all in order to distribute a whole TPC coin at this time to you. So don't use that as an acceptable standard to measure your status as a billionaire. You really need to study so that you will also talk, act, and think like a billionaire. Otherwise, we will have a hard time getting to mass adoption without the world rejecting us. Within the pathway out of poverty, I introduce Bitcoin bounties. Participation is encouraged, but remains optional as far as earning Bitcoin bounties. You must meet some basic requirements before you are allowed to opt into getting Bitcoin bounties. The opt-in process shows the ability to follow directions. An ignoramus cannot follow directions. In order to earn Bitcoin bounties, you have to talk to people in such a way that motivates them. To join and to make a monthly payment. Knowing how to motivate people to take the desired actions is a business skill. Relatively speaking, we are not asking for much from people to participate in Bitcoin bounties, but it still requires some skill and credibility in order to be successful. For many of the poor on earth, they don't have an experience at all in motivating others to participate in a business activity. Bitcoin bounties is a very simple way to build up those people's skills and the business credibility. By design, Bitcoin bounties are much more than a simple way to collect funds for the admin to pay the expenses of running TPC. It is a 50-50 partnership agreement. It's not a bad thing if some of our members struggle to earn Bitcoin bounties. Think about that. Struggling is the only way some of our members will learn what it takes to be in business. Without Bitcoin bounties, these kind of members may be able to complete a 40 grains transaction as a buyer, and that activity takes very little skill to complete it. Buying is easy. Selling requires some skill. How are they going to be able to sell 40 grains of gold of Kringles if they struggle to get people to pay 8 grains? We want our members to develop some good business sense during the distribution phase of TPC, so that later they can create a business of their own and be successful at it too. The employee mindset is very different from the entrepreneur mindset. Let's face it, most poor people only have experience as an employee and no experience in running a business. Bear in mind that the way TPC will end poverty globally is by turning 1 billion members into 1 billion business owners that will employ 5 to 10 employees each. The coin or the technology alone will not create 4 billion jobs. People create jobs, right? Let's go ahead. The media war against TPC is coming. The elite are very predictable if you start their playbook. And I know they own and run all of the mainstream media outlets. Once we get big enough for them to take notice of TPC, I guarantee you they will do everything in their power to tear TPC down. They will spread negative talking points about these outlets to broadcast against TPC. The more ignorant our TPC community is, the easier it will be for them to come up with negative talking points about us. Spreading fear and doubt about TPC is what they will do. It will happen. We must be highly organized and unified in order to combat in this media war, and we win the battles. This is the main reason I encourage members to become broadcasters, to learn how to speak well on video and defeat any issue that the elite may use to tear us down. The truth is on our side. The truth is on our side. 1 million TPC broadcasters that work together in a unified manner is all it will take to win this media war. If you are not actively promoting TPC, then you won't have the needed knowledge and skills to be an effective TPC broadcaster during the media war. So buying 40 grains of Kringles to receive one whole TPC from the admin wallet and then sitting back and doing nothing to help build up the TPC community will make you a very weak TPC billionaire. So weak that the world would reject your claim to the status of billionaire. Weakness should not be encouraged. Now, at this time, we are not forcing any of our members to participate in Bitcoin bounties. Just remember that collective efforts produce collective results. My concern is that currently most of our TPC members are not actively learning how to present themselves as millionaires and billionaires to the world. Bitcoin bounties can turn this around. When we started the Bitcoin contest, we had small 3-digit numbers of new members coming in weekly. Then it grew to 4-digit numbers, and soon it will be 5-digit numbers, and then 6 and 7-digit numbers. See this link here, guys. Bitcoin bounties have a way of unifying our TPC community unlike anything we have ever done before. It's true. Can read this article here, the merchant promotion. Receive $4,800 a month, start accepting digital payments. Try it before you buy it. These digital payments are fast and secure, and the best part is they are also complete private. This is a wonderful poster for you to read. Show 400 customers how they can make payments digital, and your company will get over $12 a month from each of them on a passive residual basis. Don't miss out on this promo, merchant promo. This article, guys, is very much important. The merchant promo. We are going to earn awesome money here. Before Bitcoin bounties, it was difficult to give the merchants of the world a simple way to engage in a means to cover the cost of accepting Kringles, even partially. Cash flow is paramount for all merchants. They continuously have to restock their shelves with product that has been sold. Most cannot afford to make long-term investments, like sitting on an accumulation of TPC coins. Bitcoin bounties create a passive residual income, and with 102 admin credits a week, our merchants can create a highly profitable relationship with TPC. 102 times $12.50 is equal to $1,275 additional passive residual income added weekly and compounding. TPC Bitcoin bounties can become the largest profit center they have for many of these merchants. Imagine a merchant earning more in Bitcoin bounties than what they earn in their regular business. Making TPC spendable is what it will take to create an abundance-based economy. We need existing merchants to get excited about TPC. Our objective is to sign up 1 billion members, and that about 50 million of them will be existing merchants. Who is going to sign up 50 million merchants? As the admin, I can't do that all by myself. This is why I support the full-timers in TPC, and we are training them on how they can sign up these merchants and get an additional 100 admin credits for each merchant that they sign up. Don't make the mistake of undervaluing Bitcoin bounties. I have made the case for their necessity as concisely as I could here in this article. Believe me, I could go on and on about this subject. Those that have refused to opt in on collecting Bitcoin bounties have nothing to gain but discouraging those that have accepted our offer to opt in to get them. Let the builders build. Stop distracting the builders. You have your TPC wallet and your send button is on. If you don't want to pay the monthly admin fee, then don't. We must complete the distribution phase of TPC before we can enjoy an abundance-based economy. Woo! This deserves a repeat. This article, even though long, if you read this article, it's like you are drinking from a reliable source, a reliable well. The Billion Coin admin, as I have stated before and always, is the source of information. Ours as members is to continuously drink from this well of wisdom. The other day, I spoke of TPC admin as the only person who brought the concept to end, the concept of ending global poverty globally. The concept is called the Billion Coin. Please have time, members, read this article again, how we will get to the desired end results. Let me stop sharing and come to you. How we will end or get to the desired what results. Remember, we have a task of involving humanity into TPC. We have a task through the programs, the promotions that are here in the Billion Coin blog, to educate people, to mentor our fellow prospects, to mentor our merchants throughout the globe. And as we do that, we are being compensated. Remember, we have a task of getting the admin wallet empty. Once the admin wallet is empty, then TPC will be a living economy. Let us step up, all of us, as leaders, as broadcasters, as full-timers, and participate in the Bitcoin bounties. Admin has just stated that it needs a certain type of skill to be able to motivate people. You need to develop that skill. You have a skill within you. You have this necessary skill to elevate humanity, to bring people into TPC. As they participate in doing TPC, or as they accept TPC as a job responsibility, then it makes them cash flow when they earn Bitcoin bounties. It's a wonderful strategy if you look at it. This admin credits, the merchants promo credits is so awesome. Ours is to sit down and teach our merchants and teach our new members how admin credits as well as the promo merchants promo functions. Members all over the world, this is what I wanted us to look at this afternoon. The admin credits is there. Just imagine every week, if you pay admin fee as a full-timer, you are in line to collect 2 admin credits. Let's suppose it's a month with 5 weeks. That is going to give you 5 times 2, which will make 10 new prospects that you can bring through admin credits. And the following month, when they pay their admin fee, you will be collecting $12.50 times 10. And the following month, you will need to keep on bringing in new prospects. As you build up a team, if you're a builder, you are going to be increasing on your Bitcoin bounties payment. And by so doing, all of us, the membership is growing and members are getting paid. It's a 50-50 situation. It's well balanced. Halala admin credits halala. Halala admin promo halala. When I say halala, I'm saying forward with it. I'm praising it. I am really excited about the admin credits and the admin, the merchants promo that is ongoing, as well as the 2019 promotion, where our members will be able to do transactions through their fellow peers. Remember, we are in a peer-to-peer stage. Hello, leaders. Hello, members throughout the globe. This is what we need to do. Only let us do the job and get compensated. We are compensated for helping to distribute coins from the admin wallet to other various members. Then once we do that, we will see ourselves stepping into a new TPC living economy. This can happen at any time. Thank you so much, admin, for giving us this working strategy called the admin credits, as well as the merchants promo. It is working. We are seeing the membership growth. We are seeing merchants are participating in TPC. They are starting to exchange TPC for their goods and services worldwide. Forward with TPC forward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Till we meet again, I promise we shall continue sharing these wonderful updates coming from our leader, the Billion Coin admin. Thank you so much. May God bless you until we see each other again in my next contribution. Bye for now.